Hey, Ben, I remember a few months back when my kid came to me, who is a pitcher. He's 10 years old, and he came to me saying that he was starting to have discomfort in his elbow, aka growth plate. And that's when I hit up my buddy, the creator of the kinetic arm. And I brought my son in there, and he gave my son the K2, the youth version.
The kinetic arm sleeve is the first and only athletic sleeve designed to stabilize the shoulder and the elbow while throwing and swinging. So I can see how that was both preventative for him, took a little pain away, and then also helped him heal and recover.
And it helps their mechanics. His form's better.
The kinetic arm, I mean, there's really nothing like it. It goes beyond compression, and it's actually proven to reduce arm stress. It is the only movement arm brace that functionally stabilizes the arm while in motion. And that's really where you get the damage, is by repetitively doing the same thing over and over again.
I don't know how it works exactly, but I do know it works. So check it out. You can go to thekинeticarm.com, use promo code ManFUzed, ManFUzed. You'll get 10% off that way. Or you can get the link in our episode descriptions on the podcast.
Everyone's talking about the rare health benefits of macadamias. Like, did you know they have more healthy fat than avocados? It's why they're so highly recommended by athletes, doctors, and diet experts. Get your fill at House of Macadamias. They have a high-quality range of delicious bars, purified oil, and nuts. So indulge in health. Any unsatisfactory orders are redeemable. And to get 20% off your purchase today, visit houseofmacadamias.com/podcast.
Hey, Ben, you ready?
I'm ready to roll.
Hey, this is the ManFUzed Podcast. Kay Lee here, your host, audio producer, voice artist, my co-host, real estate man, broker, Ben H. Today on the ManFUzed Podcast, we're going to break down some of the things that make men and women so different in the way they act and in the way they dress.
You know, a lot of people say, like, outside of the box, you know?
I think that's where I live.
I don't even have a fucking box.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you do either.
No, I don't either.
We don't even have boxes.
We're out of boxes.
We're out of boxes
We're
completely.
just out. We're out of our minds.
That becomes a gift and a curse, ultimately.
Absolutely.
You know? If you're one of these people like me and Kay Lee that's just completely outside of everything conventional,
normal.
everything normal.
We hate the N-word that is normal.
If you are just like that, and
That's
honestly,
cool.
not a whole lot of folks are, and in many days of my life, I wish I wasn't. But I will say that on the other side of it, if you can figure it out, it's a beautiful thing and it's a lot of fun.
Which leads me into, I have a question, Ben.
Okay.
Would you consider this normal? Now, the scenario I'm about to read you,
Okay.
we're going to flip-flop it. Okay, so a woman has gone viral after revealing that a groom, her groom, day of the wedding, was caught being breastfed by his mother on the wedding day.
I got nothing for him. I always try to stick up for the dudes, but in this case,
Some people, even on Instagram or whatever, it's like, oh, this is made up. But there have been instances of, on the Burt Show, we've had a woman that still latches onto her mom's boob because it's a comfort thing.
yeah.
The fact that the mom is in her 50s and the daughter is in her late 20s.
Right.
Weird.
I mean,
Weird. Now, if the roles were reversed, okay.
talking about sucking on man boobs?
No. If you, Ben H,
Yeah.
had prepared the wedding of y'all's dreams.
Yeah, as it was.
You're in the man cave getting ready with all your best
Right.
men.
Right.
And let's say seeing the bride before the wedding wasn't a thing for you, and,
Right.
and you didn't care and she didn't care.
Yeah.
And you walked in to be like, hey, this is going down with, some of our guests or something, and you walked in, or your soon-to-be wife was sucking on her mom's boob. What would you do? Now
turn around and walk out.
right.
I'd just stop talking and turn around and walk out. Never to be spoken of again.
Yeah, I would have some questions.
No, I mean, obviously, I'd be like, WTF.
Well, she, in this particular case, ended up marrying the guy anyway, which is weird.
They're going to have issues.
To say mama's boy would be putting it lightly.
Yeah, I mean, that she's going to have...
If mama's whooping out the boob for her son, don't think you'll ever be first in his eyes.
I think it's already tough enough. I mean, honestly, what I've noticed, just in my experience observing humanity, is that the women really have a tough time with one another in families. I mean, typically the guys are the guys. I mean, guys are pretty simple. We're more bound to fall in love with each other than we are to dislike one another. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're more likely to become friends. You could be a completely different person than me, and we're going to find some way to talk about something, whether it's mulch or beer or
mulch.
Football or fucking airplanes or whatever.
Mulch.
Dudes are going to figure out how to become boys.
Oh, I see you went with the dark red mulch.
Yeah, exactly.
The dog dick red color. That's very
like
nice.
that.
I've got the doo-doo brown at my house.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
How many truckloads did you get? Oh, it was about 2 tons.
Exactly. Wow, 2 tons. Where'd you get it from?
Oh, yeah.
How much did it cost?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Who spread it for you? You did that yourself?
Man,
Yeah,
that took
I picked
you
up
about
some guys from down the street to help me.
That took you about 8 hours.
Exactly.
Did you use a pitchfork or a shovel?
And we're wearing sweatpants and t-shirt. We don't give a shit. In the meantime, the girls have gotten completely dressed up for one another.
They're judging.
They're eyeing and judging one another and paying attention to every word that's being muttered.
Right.
To them or from the other side of the room.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, like, yes. They're absorbing all the conversations and they're looking at the wedding ring and they're going, oh.
Right.
Like they're judging the wedding ring.
Exactly.
Okay, I know how much about that costs.
Are there any bills on the counter?
Right. All right. Am I going to stare at them? Does there look like a collection notice?
I saw a collection notice on their counter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they must not be doing too well.
Right. They must be on the verge of death.
Yeah.
You know, and the girls see a photo.
Or
and
did you see that new car? What an asshole.
Or right. or they're looking at a photo and they're zooming in to see everything in the background.
Right. And honestly, the funny thing is like, okay, so you take, and I'm not cracking on women. I love women.
I am. I love them too, but I want to go in hard on them.
So if you, okay, so here's another one. If you take a picture of 10 girls, okay, 10 girls. Take a picture.
Separately or all in one photo?
All in one photo. They're all lined up next to each other. There's 10 girls in the photo. You text that photo to each one of the 10 girls. What does every one of them do right when they get the photo?
Zoom in on themselves?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a funny thing to actually have the screens like on a monitor where we could see it, you know what I'm saying? Like side by side, and then send the text, bing, and then watch them all zoom in on their own face.
Uh-huh.
That'd be hilarious, dude.
Yeah, it would.
That'd be hilarious.
Like a test.
It's not, oh, that's a great picture of us all. That may come later. That may eventually get there.
Right.
But the first 2 seconds
are zooming in on
are
their...
fervently zooming.
Did they get me at the right angle?
Yeah, because if this thing goes up on social media and I'm not sporting my angle...
Or have a filter on it.
If maybe I got a turkey neck going on. Like, what is going on?
Maybe my gizzard is
maybe
showing.
My gillet's hanging.
My goiter. Wait,
maybe I got a gillet flopping.
Yeah.
Like a turkey. Like sleeve of wizard.
Yeah. Maybe my vagine is hanging like sleeve of wizard.
Yeah. Now, but dude, nowadays, I mean, you know, you want to talk about a trend that has just absolutely set the world on fire. And one that I think men all over the place are grateful for. Well, at least if you live in an area that has beautiful women.
Okay.
Which we do.
Yeah.
The South, if nobody knows, if you live up north somewhere, you live somewhere other than the southeastern United States, you must know that here in the southeastern United States, we have beautiful women.
Beautiful.
And they love yoga pants.
They love Lululemon.
Bro, and these yoga pants are getting tighter and tighter.
Have you seen?
Now there's like an ass crack trend.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the ass crack trend?
Yeah.
Like the motherfucker has got to be all the way up your ass so that each of your cheeks is like hanging.
Separate. It's
Separate cheeks.
Separate cheeks.
Separate cheeks now.
Right.
That's the thing now.
And here's the thing, Hen. Have you seen the ones that almost look like skin? So they almost look like they're naked.
Oh, yeah, the color?
Yeah.
The skin color. Dude, I have stopped my car. You got to be kidding me right now. This is amazing. And I'll also say, one of the interesting things about women's fashion that has always baffled me, okay, is the difference between a bathing suit and regular clothing. In other words, okay, there's all these rules around what's this and what's that and what's provocative and what's not.
Well, isn't that to each their own, though?
Any girl is going to go to the pool and put on a bikini. No problem. You see what I'm saying? And walk out in front of everybody. And it's no big deal. You know what I mean? And that's their swimsuit. But, dude, that is literally the same as a bra and panties. If you saw,
absolutely.
If you saw a girl in her bra and panties, though, she is running and gunning. She's trying to hide. She's trying to get out of like a stranger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If she's in her bra and panties, it's like...
Well, there are some bra and there are some panties that could be more revealing than others.
I mean, just standard, basic, everyday.
Grandma panties?
No, just, your everyday thing. I mean, maybe a girl wears a thong and a bra.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's not that big of a difference from, I mean, sure, if it's see-through lace.
Well, right.
But most
if
of the daily shit is not like see-through lace.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's beautiful, but I'm just saying, how different is that from a bikini versus...
The clit of life isn't hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe it is. Maybe you see that camel toe. That camel toe, but which is a new trend too. Dude, the camel toe's a trend.
What about the moose knuckle? Is that
the moose knuckle? I mean, whatever you got, bro. It's like
the monkey paw?
Show the crack. It's like show the whole outline, basically.
On the front and back.
The front and back. Show the W.
I wanted the designer. It's like, okay, we need to make sure we tuck it in on the front,
dude,
so the camel toe is announced.
I'm telling you.
And then on the back, we need the ass cheeks separate.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Bring in the cut.
Yeah.
Bring in the cut some more.
That's right. Exactly. And so, whereas personally, I will say that to me, nothing is more provocative than like a short skirt. She's wearing a bathing suit. I can see everything that I couldn't see.
But you know what I always like? You know what revs my engine, Ben?
Tell me.
Like a Thunderbird.
Yeah.
With a V8.
Yeah.
An old one.
Yeah.
Not the 1996.
No, the 1956.
I really like, and my wife's got a beautiful butt, and if her dad's listening, thank you for that. It's part of nature. But I love...
Mine was too. My wife was blessed too.
I love like boy shorts. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. I love little boy shorts.
But they're not like boy shorts, like
I don't know why
like
they call them
cheerleader
that.
shorts. They're like they're like workout shorts, but they're too small.
Yeah, exactly.
They're too small.
Where the ass is eating the short.
The ass is eating the short, and it's just I agreed.
I don't know what guy doesn't like
and
that.
It's something about the texture of the cotton material that is sexier than like
a silk.
Yeah, exactly. The something about that just basic cotton.
Well, it's like almost like it's textured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a t-shirt material. You know what I'm saying?
But almost like, you know what I can relate that to? And this is going to date me back to when I was like 5 years old.
Yeah.
And when I was 4 years old, I sucked my thumb.
Was that your first boyfriend?
Yes. My finger.
Mr. Turtle.
No, Mr. Turtle.
But Mr. Turtle.
But just like my daughters were attached to their blankets. I think did Jack have one?
Yeah.
But I remember having this cotton turtle blanket, dude, and petting that thing over and over because of the way that it felt.
Right.
Just like a boy short. Maybe subconsciously.
I don't want to call it a boy short.
All right.
Yeah.
Does it
I don't
make
know.
you feel
Just,
weird?
Yeah, it skeeves me out. I'm getting Epstein vibes over here.
Okay.
Just feeling like...
You like boys?
Yeah, exactly. I like
You like little boys?
I can't call them boy shorts anymore.
We call them little boy shorts.
Yeah. It's so wrong.
It is.
No, but I mean, I call them cheerleader shorts.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay,
That's
well,
how I know them.
From now on, we'll never be referred to as a little boy short.
And like you take the cheerleader shorts, and then you do like a like kind of a crop top kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. Just basic.
Dress him up like a football player and chase him around.
Just around the house, dude. And you feel like, I don't know, something about it is just so provocative.
It is.
It just, it makes that wild, it makes that wild monkey scream.
Do you think our wives were sitting down here right now in front of the microphone?
Yeah.
And they were talking. Do you think that they would be comparing
what dick print?
Yeah. There's something
when
about
it's completely flaccid.
There's something about him laying in bed and he's sitting there watching TV and he's just got his hands down his pants and he's touching it.
Oh my God.
It's something that just turns me on.
I love it when you're eating in the bed and you have crumbs on your chest.
Yeah. God, just
makes me want to just nibble those crumbs up.
Oh my God. What would their conversations be like? Oh, it's fucking gross.
It's a whole different world, man. They live in a different universe. They live in the universe where, so like as men, I'm not saying that men aren't sexy. Obviously,
we are.
There are plenty of sexy men out there.
Like ourselves.
Like us. And yet, at the same time, we live in this world where it's just like we get to completely indulge ourselves.
In not caring.
Well, that too, but I mean, in just the beauty of a woman. It's just so fucking... And it's like the woman has the pressure of like, I guess, having to keep that up to an extent.
But I feel like that is society has taught them that they have to. Yeah. And that's something they feel they have to when they really don't have to. Now, granted, I don't want some woman that's completely unkept and doesn't absolutely... But I don't need a face full of makeup every day.
Well, there's nothing dirtier than a dirty girl. Remember that shit.
Right, I've heard that. I've heard that saying from you. Disgusting. And you have seen it firsthand.
Oh, yeah, let's not get into it. Human hygiene, just the hygiene of human beings. I mean, when you are in a tent for months and months and months.
Guy or girl.
Anybody. I mean, just...
You've got swamp ass.
But it is different for a man and a woman. Very different,
I think women expect guys to smell like shit and be like...
Yeah. Well, they just have a lot more to take care of. And then for women, it's like males... are, I don't know, it's just a different world. I guess I don't understand it, What is it about men that's sexy to women?
Well, I guess it depends on the individual woman and the individual man that they find sexy. Now,
like I've heard confidence though is a big one.
Oh, confidence.
Like confidence, like I want confidence in a man. A guy can be, an average looking dude, but if he has confidence around himself and he has confidence around his career and confidence around his life and his power and his energy, that's going to be very attractive to a very attractive woman. You know what I mean?
Right. And you've seen this play out time and time again. And I guess confidence would come in to play here. Sense of humor.
Yes.
Funny.
Yes.
Because I've seen the ugliest of dudes take down the hottest of women.
Absolutely.
Because they made her laugh.
And that's a confidence thing too, bro. It takes balls to be funny.
I mean, it comes natural to a lot.
It does, but it's one of those things kind of like we were talking about being outside of the box or not even having a box. You know what I'm saying? It might come naturally to you, but then if that's the case, you're one of those people. You don't have a box kind of a person. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's going to be areas of your life where, you get yourself into trouble. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I see guys sometime and I'm like, motherfucker.
Save that.
You asshole.
Look at that sexy man.
I do, man. And I'm like, damn it. But this is ManFUzed. And ManFUzed doesn't know necessarily what a woman wants. So ladies out there, educate us. Ben H and Kaylee want to know, what is it that makes a man sexy?
Well, yeah.
We know what makes a woman sexy.
And 770-744-5227. You can text, leave a message, or hit us up at ManFUzed.com to let us know.
Please.
What about a man?
Yeah.
Do you find sexy? What are those Points.
Now, I'll tell you something about a man that I find sexy, and I want to give a shout out to one of our listeners who is our boy, our wonderful listener, Brian McDaniel. All the folks over at Atlanta Raptors, sorry. And you can find Brian McDaniel and Atlanta Raptors at F1_Raptor_ on Instagram. These guys are doing awesome stuff.
They're growing fast.
They're racing Raptors.
It's like a club. It's like
a club.
It's its own subculture.
Awesome, dude. It's so fucking cool. And so we've got their event calendar. And unfortunately, I mean, dude, they've got an event coming up tomorrow.
Oh.
And they've got other events coming up throughout the year. And we want to be a part of that. As a matter of fact, Brian has said he's interested in having ManFUzed as one of his racing sponsors.
That's right. We're going to sponsor him.
He heard the show where we were talking about our dream sponsors.
Right. He reached out. I talked to him for an hour almost.
And one of my dream sponsors, you know, I want to be in racing. Anything with wheels and racing.
Yeah,
I'm into that. Brian reached out, and so we're going to have a ManFUzed logo on a Raptor that races.
Yeah, hell yeah. And he wants us to come out to certain events, maybe do even a live podcast we've talked about.
I think it would be cool. What if we offered to be a commentator on one of their races? I mean, I'm not even sure what their races look like.
Well, not yet, we don't.
But I think that would be fun.
So listen, check it out. This is the ManFUzed Podcast. Hit us up by joining the show, manfused.com or 770-744-5227. Support the show by sharing the show.